All right, you've just seen the farm show here, and now you're going to see something you've never seen before. This is a 1/3 scale combine, and behind me is the real deal. All a part of what you see here at Dufour Farms in Three Rivers, Michigan. And guess what? Mark Linton is in the middle of it. Our show coming up. Stay tuned.
Bring the family and step into a magical world at Linton's Enchanted Gardens, a world full of color and inspiration. Beautiful ideas to transform your home both inside and out. Explore acres of displays to spark ideas for your home and garden, plus expert advice to help bring your ideas to life. Stop by and you'll see why we were voted the best home and garden center in Indiana, or check out lintons.com for ideas galore. Linton's Enchanted Gardens, County Road 17 in Elkhart. Just watch for the attraction signs.
Well, good morning and welcome to our program. It is a beautiful day. We are on location with Mark Linton here from Linton's Enchanted Gardens. We've got a great show ahead of us. We're going to be featuring some Fall Frenzy specials, which means, Mark, savings to our viewers for, for an extended period of time during this month of up to 90%, correct?
That's right, Craig.
And that'll be at the tail end of the program. But right now, we want to feature this beautiful farmhouse. And Mark, I do say beautiful because it is all of that, but it's a farmhouse that's been renovated, and you know, you really can't tell that there's been additions here. It looks like a brand new home.
It does. It has that look and feel to it. It's been updated, and you know, I really like how it sits prominently up here on top of this hill. You've got a really great view from the street, and it's a nice location here at the intersection of the two roads.
Yes, we are actually in Three Rivers, Michigan. M60 is the official address, and the homeowners, both Phil and Karen Dufour, have operated this farm since the 70s, haven't they, Mark?
That's right. It's a well-known family farm, Dufour Farms, and actually all the property around here, I believe they farm all this.
And you know, they're a neat couple. I can tell. Phil likes to have fun, doesn't he?
He's a big kid at heart.
Well, they've done some remarkable things around their property here just this season, thanks in part to Mark Linton and Linton's Enchanted Gardens. Mark, this is just the beginning, isn't it? You've got other things in mind and really on the drawing board for next year.
That's right. We actually are making plans for an ongoing project to be continued into next spring. We started out here this fall. Some of this was landscape renovation. Others, first time it's been landscaped. What I'm standing next to here is a large burning bush, beautiful fall red color. This actually was already here when we started the project. The only thing that's different is the landscape bed was actually tucked underneath here. It was very difficult to mow and maintain, especially with a large property like this. You want to be able to stay on a riding lawnmower and not have to have all these different obstacles. And so we extended these beds out here about 5-6 feet to make it a lot easier to maintain. And then we had a perennial garden located here, and things had grown together. We kind of lost some design or organization, and so we dug up the perennials, we set them aside, and we incorporated them into the new design. I really like this vinyl fence here. When the perennials come back again in the spring and the summertime, that's going to give them a nice white backdrop, and those colors are really going to pop up against that fence.
Yeah. You know, this is another example, Mark, of a homeowner that has, well, if you will, reinvested back into their own primary residence, where many times you'll talk to people who have a couple of residences, and one for the summer, you know, one for the year-round living, but they're really enjoying this space 24/7. They're farmers, after all. They live, breathe, eat farming, don't they?
That's right. And, just on the other side of this fence is a swimming pool. And because it's used during the summer months, we wanted to concentrate on the summer colors, especially in this area, that they could see and enjoy through the pool fence here. And then also because this is viewed during the winter time from M60, we incorporated some of these dwarf low-maintenance boxwoods in here just to give some fall and some winter interest. We also incorporated some taller ornamental grasses, which as they mature, those are going to kind of soften the fence. And you also see the bright red color from the barberries there, giving us some nice seasonal color.
It's not what you would think for a farmhouse, is it, Mark? This is really pretty snazzy.
It is. I wouldn't mind living here myself.
Well, this is cool. You've chosen rock, and probably for good reason, right?
Stone definitely is low maintenance. Once you install it, and if you start out with a good commercial grade woven fabric weed barrier that allows water to go down but prevents weeds from coming up, you are going to get a minimum use of 20 years out of the combination of the stone and the weed barrier. We also use a good quality edging. This edging does a great job of staying into the ground. It's very easy to mow along and run that riding lawnmower right up against it. I actually have the same edging at my own home. It was installed over 24 years ago. Still doing a great job of separating my landscape beds from my lawn.
Bit of an incline here. Would the stone actually work a little bit better in this situation than maybe some other sort of ground cover?
Because of the weight, it really is good for erosion control. Also, we've got large trees here that are dumping leaves into the landscape beds in the fall. Real easy to fire up a leaf blower and blow those leaves out of here in the fall. And this area here, we've got a nice little Diablo 9-bark patio tree, which has the burgundy colored leaves spring, summer, and fall, surrounded down around the base of it with the bright golden color of the Sabric gold junipers. Those are the bones of the landscape, and those are going to provide some fall and winter interest.
Mark, even though we're here on a very busy highway, M60 in Three Rivers, Michigan, you get the feel, don't you, that there's some real privacy going on with the way that you've kind of contoured things here in terms of the landscape structure.
That was one of the goals here. And also, there's a lot of stone detail on the house. It's absolutely beautiful. We really didn't want to hide that stone, but just wanted to soften it, wanted to accent it. And we've got this large bank of windows, really the main focal point here as you view the house from the street. And we're flanking those windows with two Diablo 9-bark shrubs. These, we're going to let them grow to be about 7-8 feet in height. They're going to have burgundy colored leaves, which really go nice with that gray stone there.
So they're going to come maybe halfway up on the windows here on the first floor.
That would be our goal there. An unusual evergreen underneath the window. That's something we've grown and trained in our nursery. It's a fan-shaped yew, and that's something that we're going to continue to maintain below the base of the windows. Now that the leaves are coming off of the 9-barks, that anchors the foundation plantings with that fan-shaped yew.
Now, I heard you, maybe I should say, I overheard you talking to Karen about what to expect maybe through the winter and then first thing in the spring. You fully expect these plants that you've put in to survive the winter, although you did tell her, look, if there's any challenge, just let me know. But these will do all right, won't they?
Oh, most definitely. Actually, it's a very good time. It's an ideal time for planting their farmers. They know that. It's probably why they contacted us at this time of the year. But you know what? There has to be some trust element at this time of the year. Our perennials, our ornamental grasses, now that we've had a heavy frost, Craig, they do look dead, but they're not dead. They are just going dormant for the season, and they're expected to do that, and those simply get cut down to the ground. In the springtime, when the weather warms back up, they're going to emerge and put on a beautiful show. So the benefit by getting them installed at this time of the year is you're going to enjoy that show all spring, summer, and fall next year.
Now, last year, you were helping folks into the new year. We're not going to be that fortunate probably this year, which means we really need to get on the stick right now if we're going to do any kind of landscaping here in October, November.
We did have an unusual winter last year. We were installing landscapes up until second week of January. What's typical is usually installing up until about Christmas.
All right, well, give Mark a call if you have some ideas. Maybe getting some ideas right here at this beautiful property. Mark, as we make the turn here, you've kind of got it a little bordered off a little bit, don't you? Some structure going on here.
Yes, we do. We are accenting the corner here with a dwarf flowering crab tree. And this one is a coral burst crab. Going to have the most spectacular, beautiful little pink and coral colored flowers in the springtime. It produces a little red berry, a nice fruit, which the birds really like that for fall and winter for a source of food. We've got another burning bush in here to tie in with other burning bush. It's on the corner of the pool fence. And now that the leaves are coming off of this dwarf crab tree, we are anchoring the corner with this nice pyramidal Canadian hemlock.
Did the mature tree help anchor the corner as well, as it turns out?
You know what? It not only anchors the corner, but gives them a nice place for their swing here. And I can imagine a weekend or an evening sitting out here relaxing and just enjoying the new environment with the landscaping here.
Now this side actually gets a lot of attention, I would think. As they come into their drive, this is what they see.
It is quite visible because it is a corner lot. Another thing is because the house sits up higher, it displays the landscaping quite nicely, especially on the angle. And just got done doing some regrading here with the hillside, and Phil shaved down this hillside with his equipment just so that you would have a nicer view of the landscape as well as the residents here.
Well, it's a great piece of property to do a lot of landscaping on, Mark, and you were really juiced up about this. I could tell. You were excited to come out here, weren't you?
Well, I have a passion for older homes and structures, and this is really cool because they've kept the charm, but you've got almost a brand new home, and it makes a very nice residence.
Right, right. Well, what about the entry, the side entry here, Mark, and what you've done leading up to it?
Oh, we've got a little dwarf tree here. This is a fragrant viburnum tree. Going to have clusters of pink and white flowers in the springtime. Very sweet, very fragrant. Won't get too large, just gives us a little bit of height and a little bit of width between these two banks of windows. We've got some boxwoods below the base of the windows, which will not cover up or hide the stone. They won't hide the windows, but they provide a nice backdrop to the perennial flowers, which will be coming back up again in the springtime. And we terminate the landscape bed for this phase with a pyramidal boxwood here, just for a little bit of height. And we're going to maintain that so it's below the base of those porch windows.
Karen and Phil Dufour join us now in front of a beautiful product from Michiana, a Studebaker 1950 Studebaker truck. It's a pickup truck, and Karen, you tell me this was a gift that you gave to your husband some time ago.
Yes, about 15 years ago, it was a birthday gift for Phil.
How cool is that? This is a gem, isn't it? Do you get a lot of people asking about it?
Yes, we have drove it in a parade and taken it to a couple car shows.
Very neat. You know, sometimes you buy a gift for your spouse, saying that it's a gift for them, but it's really a gift for you. But this was really for Phil, wasn't it?
Well, I kind of like it too.
And for good reason. It's a beauty. And Phil, we opened the show with a shot of that miniature 1/3 scale combine. What possessed you to put that together?
Grandchildren. Okay. And we built a little tractor that is a scale model of our real one also.
Now, Karen told me earlier that you've actually taken this on the road as well, and you had some interest out of state.
Yes.
With the showing of the vehicle?
The combine has been to the Farm Progress Show. Yes.
Now, you've got the 2,000-acre farm here. What exactly do you do on the farm, Phil?
Our main product is seed corn that we raise for Pioneer.
And it's kept the family busy for what, Karen, since 1970 pretty much?
Yes, we moved here in 1970.
Now, you've taken this old farmhouse, and I say that with all due respect, but it was a farmhouse, And you've created something pretty special here. And Karen, one of your concerns when you had this farmhouse remodeled and added onto, you didn't want it to look like a farmhouse that was added onto. You wanted it to look brand new, and it does.
That's right. We needed an addition put on, but we definitely did not want it to look like an addition.
Well, you've done a beautiful job, and flanking this beautiful property is landscaping furnished by Mark Linton, Linton's Enchanted Gardens. And Phil, I don't know, I mean, you're a farmer, you should know how to landscape, right?
We've done our own for 46 years, and we decided to let Linton's do this, and we are very glad that we did. Saved a lot of back work.
That's awesome. Well, you're quite happy with the progress that has been made here, right, Karen? And you've got some other work maybe in the future around the house, too, from Linton's.
Yes, we're very pleased, and we really look forward to working with Mark again in the spring to finish up a few more things.
All right. Well, we're going to bring in Mark right now to make a special presentation here. And Mark, I know you've enjoyed working with Phil and Karen, haven't you?
Oh, this has been a great experience, and really appreciate the opportunity to do this project, and also to be able to share this with the Michiana viewers.
All right. Well, a nice little presentation there, Karen. Where are you going to put this exactly?
Oh, I'll find a place, probably right in the middle of the dining room table.
Phil, do you expect maybe that Mark could come up with something for you, or is this going to satisfy?
I think that'll do it. That's awful nice.
Well, Mark, we had such a fun time here, and I know a passion of these two is not only raising their family here in Michigan, but also to be surrounded by John Deere. And the combine, Mark, wasn't that cool, the 1/3 scale combine?
If my daughter was here, she'd be drooling over it.
Phil, you said you had a special farm implement that you made maybe for a granddaughter that was a little different color than that John Deere green?
We do have a pink John Deere. In 1970, John Deere made them orange and white, blue and white, red and white, yellow and white, and they called them patio tractors. But we made my granddaughter a pink one, and it is street rod pink.
Street rod pink.
Street rod pink.
Well, great. Well, we've had a great time here. Of course, it's not every day that we get to come out to the farm, and if you have a farm or if you just have a regular residential property that needs some help, Linton's can do anything you'd like. The landscaping that we talked about earlier, Mark, still something that people can do. There's plenty of time, isn't there?
That's right, Craig. The weather's been ideal for this.
Fantastic. Well, coming up in the next part of the show, we've got some great ideas for you, some additional ideas, and we're also going to have, yes, you guessed it, some great pricing on what Mark calls the fall frenzy. Discounts of 50 to 90% off of select items at Linton's Enchanted Gardens, County Road 17 in Elkhart. Well, another big thank you to Phil and to Karen, the Dufors. And is there any chance that is a parting gift for being the host of this program that I could take this baby home with me?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. Okay. Well, I won't even ask you, Phil. I think I got the answer from the boss. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Bring the family to Linton's Enchanted Gardens, a magical world of fall beauty and inspiration. Magnificent mums and unique Halloween and fall decor. Pick out the perfect pumpkin and visit our free straw bale maze and petting zoo. Fall is the perfect time for planting to make your landscape come alive next season. Enjoy huge savings of 50 to 75% off select plants, trees, and shrubs. Discover a shopping experience that is as unique as you are at Linton's Enchanted Gardens, County Road 17 in Elkhart between the 20 bypass and exit 96 off the toll road.
We are back here at County Road 17, Linton's Enchanted Gardens. Mark Linton rejoins us. And Mark, man, what a beautiful farmhouse just across the state line. That had to be a joy of a project, huh?
You know, it was a renovation project as well as an addition, and it was really neat to be a part of that and a bit of major transformation going on with the house. I've been watching it for quite some time, and as I had been driving by, I had no idea that we eventually would have an involvement there.
Well, you did, and you did a great job. And if you are interested in making some tweaks to your landscaping, large or small, now definitely is the time to be calling Linton's. In fact, you can go online at lintons.com and learn more. And Mark, the perfect complement to what we've just seen is great pricing. And you've got it going on with a fall frenzy, 50 to 90% off yet another week.
It continues, and we're not out of plants yet. So first shrub that I'd like to feature here, this is a dwarf Serbian golden spruce, prized for the beautiful gold tips that you see here at the ends of the branches. Very, very slow growing, low maintenance, requires very minimal pruning. Normally $29.99, and on sale for our fall frenzy, only $14.99. And this is a Bergman's Gem Oriental spruce. Very dwarf, very compact. It likes a lot of sunlight. Slow growing, low maintenance, only grows a fraction of an inch each year. Part of our fall frenzy. Normally this is $29.99, on sale for $14.99.
So you really want to pick up more than just one when you come to Fall Frenzy, right?
That's right. And then, Craig, this here is a Deutzia, and the variety is Chardonnay Pearls. It gets that name because of the pearl-like type of flowers it has late spring, early summertime. We're now starting to see some beautiful fall coloration going on here. You're seeing some golds and some burgundy colors in the leaves here. It's a nice low maintenance plant, very easy to take care of, likes a sunnier location. Normally this plant is $14.99, on sale for $7.49.
Excellent, excellent. What's up next, Mark?
Oh, Craig, this is a gold lace juniper, and now starting to change a little bit of its coloration due to the change in the temperatures. We're starting to see more of a coppery color, but during the heat of the summer, those evergreen branches are a bright gold color, and this is normally $25.99, on sale, fall frenzy price, $12.99. These are all evergreens. We've got some conifers, we've got some broadleaf evergreens. This here, Craig, is a broadleaf evergreen. It has leaves, but it maintains these leaves throughout the winter time. This is a variegated boxwood. It's an unusual boxwood, prized for the variegated green and white leaves. If you've got deer problems, this is a great evergreen shrub for you. This is deer resistant. Deer hate the taste of this.
Really? They hate the taste?
That's right, but we love the look. And if you've got low light or shaded conditions, this adds a nice splash of color for those that have the shaded areas. Normally this is $24.99, on sale for only $12.49.
Pick up a bunch of them, as you heard Mark mention at the very outset here. Lots of supply for your needs this weekend, Fall Frenzy.
And then next, Craig, I've got an unusual type of cypress here. This is called a Tempelhof cypress. Again, low maintenance, very slow growing, only growing a fraction of an inch each year, and maintains the two different colors that you see here. The interior growth is more of an emerald green color. The tips is more of a goldish bronze color. Nice soft texture, very soft to the touch, not a prickly type of evergreen. Normally $29.99, on sale for $14.99.
Not as soft here, though, huh?
You know what? This is really neat for a very contrasting type of texture. It's a dwarf spruce. It's a dwarf Wills Zerg spruce. Very, very slow growing. Growing just a quarter of an inch each year. Requires absolutely no pruning. Nice for adding a little bit of height to your landscape. Normally $29.99, on sale for $14.99.
All right, a quarter of an inch of growth every year. Who's out there with a ruler taking all those measurements, huh?
Actually, we are.
Okay, good.
We monitor those type of things. Next here is a nice little topiary, or we call them patio trees. Typically, these are used in landscape in pairs. And this is a dwarf Mielecki spruce on standard, normally $39.99, on sale for only $19.99.
That's a cool look. I like that.
It is. Another unusual cypress out here in front called Dainty Doll cypress. Regular price $29.99, on sale for only $14.99.
All right, moving right along. These are featured items during the Fall Frenzy.
Here's a nice evergreen to give you some bright golden color 12 months out of the year. Very unusual shape and growth habit to it. It is a dwarf golden hinoki cypress. Very rare, very unusual, very unique. Requires almost no pruning at all. On sale for only $14.99.
Excellent. And something right below it there, it looks like.
Yes, Craig. This is an old-fashioned favorite. It's called an old gold juniper, prized for its golden-colored evergreen leaves. And normally that plant is $9.99, on sale for only $4.99.
Some more contrasting color.
Yes, we're back into another shrub here with broadleaf evergreens, meaning these leaves are going to continue throughout the winter time. This is a Pieris japonica. That's not only a Pieris japonica, but is a variegated Pieris japonica. You can see the white variegated indications around the leaves. In the springtime, it has pendulous, almost lily of the valley-like type of flowers. And you can see some flower buds starting to form for this coming spring. It is on sale for only $13.49.
Lots of things going on in one plant.
That's right. It gives a lot of color. I really like, you can see these bright red stems and the branches here. When we've got a blanket of snow on the ground with those sticking up above the white snow, nice look.
Very good. Now's the time to purchase. Fall Frenzy means 50 to 90% off the selected items, many of which you're seeing right here today.
And then out here in front, Craig, this little guy here is a dwarf hinoki cypress. Works out very well in rock gardens. Fairy gardens have really become popular in the last several years. Perfect plant for those little miniature gardens. That tiny dwarf cypress is on sale for only $9.99. Our guests are going to be saving $5.
Couple more items, looks like.
Yes, another one of my favorites for fall color. This is an Andorra juniper. And typically in the spring, summertime, that evergreen is lime green, but we're now starting to see kind of this purplish plum color starting to emerge, and that color will even get more intense as the temperatures continue to drop into the winter months. Normally that's $29.99, on sale for only $14.99.
Excellent value here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. One more featured item, Mark.
Last plant here. This is a holly, and we do something unusual here at our nursery. We plant both a male and a female holly in the same container. We call it a berry magic holly, and a lot of folks know that it requires both male and female in order to produce the fruit, which is the red berries, which are starting to emerge at this time of the year. And so they're self-pollinating that way. You don't have to buy two shrubs. Obviously, this section over here is the male, and the female is over on that side. And what we would suggest to do is when you plant it, you just rotate that around and you position it so that those red berries are facing away from the house so that you can enjoy that nice fall-winter color. Craig, that's part of our Fall Frenzy sale. Normally $34.99, on sale for $17.49.
Wow, what a great deal here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens, County Road 17 in Elkhart. You all know where we're located, between 20 and the 80-90 interstate. And Mark, plenty of reason to come out this week, but of course tops on the list is the 50 to 90% off.
That's right. Great time of the year. Never going to see any prices lower than this.
All right, come on out today and tomorrow and through the week here at Linton's. For our producer Gary Martin, for Mark Linton, this is Craig Wallen. Until next time, so long, everybody.